YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I'm back in Total War Warhammer 2. Still slightly more grizzled voice than usual, but it is getting better. I don't feel as bad as it sounds. In any case, we got the Tomb Kings here. A couple of Ushabti with great bow up front. There's a spearman on either flank, and a main line of 4 tomb guards with halberds. And then there are 2 Necropolis Knights with halberds, and they are led by none other than Archon the Black, the undead vampire lover. It's also a unit of Carrion. Now the Bretonnian army on the other side of the battlefield is led by the Fey Enchantress. They've got a field trebuchet, main line of foot squires, a few pole arms, 1 spearman at arms, and a couple of peasant mob, along with 3 Grail Knights. One's back here in the back. The other one has moved forward. And then this one just came out of hiding to ambush the Ushabti with great bow. And I may not talk quite as much as usual, just to spare you my voice. But yeah, nice ambush here. Now, what ensues here is pretty crazy, so watch it. There's going to be a Fate of Buna. I mean, look at all the abilities going off here. Liber Mortis, it gives physical resistance, which won't help against Grail Knights, but I guess why not? Gotta try it. But the regeneration, not near enough to save the Grail Knights, and the Chalice ability from the Fey Enchantress doesn't quite do the damage. So that Grail Knight gets absolutely shut down. So 1 Grail Knight down, big win for the Tomb Kings. These Ushabti with great bow can now stand off with the trebuchet. You can see they are going to be pretty effective at this. Let's check out this engagement over here. Gonna be Necropolis Knights with halberds, taking on some Grail Knights. Again, this time we get the Tomb Blade of Archon, which gives some healing. Also imbues fire damage. But with no Fate of Buna, these Grail Knights become a lot tougher customer. Right here, we got a bait and switch coming. Whenever you feel like you don't have a winning engagement, sometimes a bait and switch is a good way to go. Here's the main line engagement. This is going to be Tomb Guards with halberds, taking on some pole arms. So, a couple of things to note from the overhead. These paladins have gotten through the main line, and they're trying to chase away the Ushabti. And then the Fey Enchantress is also a pretty big threat if she engages herself in melee. then she starts to suck the life out of nearby enemies. So she's a unit that the Tomb Kings are going to have to try and get rid of, but sometimes it's easier said than done. Another unit of Grail Knights going to get engaged. You can see they've got regrowth going already.
Of course.
And the Necropolis Knights are going to fall. So a bit of trouble back here for Archon if he wants to live. The Tomb Guard with halberds, definitely a tough customer for Bretonnia to try and handle. And there's the different stages of healing that are keeping these guys in the fight even longer. But Bretonnia is not real well equipped to remove these units from the battlefield. Foot Squires are a little bit of a weak matchup here. See the Ushabti with Great Bow just trying to stay free where they can fire and be of greatest use to the Tomb Kings, which would be to help get rid of some of these Grail Knights. But here comes the Fae, and as she engages, you'll notice that it starts to suck hit points out of the Ushabti. Archon's going to chase her off. And this Liber Mortis will help against any unit that doesn't have magic damage, but the Grail Knights and the Fae do, so it won't help against them.
Onwards, minions.
You can see this infantry fight drags on, and right now it's okay for Tomb Kings, but there's quite a few Bretonnians left, so it's a bit of a problem. And they're going to need to bring some more halberds back here to help support this fight against the Fae, the Grail Knights, and the Paladins. And again, anytime Fae gets engaged here, it's really bad for the Tomb Kings. You can see that little white mist there. Yeah, it pops up here when she engages in combat.
Forward.
In any case, some of the Tomb Guard are kind of buckling, but there's still quite a few Tomb Kings units here. This Ushabti was the summoned one, so the tier 3 in the Realm of Souls have already been reached, and the summoned Ushabti tries to catch the Fae. Definitely a worthy target, but they're not going to catch her. So instead, they decide to go after the Paladins. You know what's really funny about this is my voice was actually just fine when I sat down to record this, so I guess it's just nighttime for my voice. It wants to go to sleep. Yeah, these regrouped Grail Knights here, gonna slow down the Ushabti with a Great Bow. The summoned Ushabti is gonna come in and try and finish them up. They do have some physical resistance though, so they're gonna be a pretty tough customer. Meanwhile, the Fae was used to help clean up some of the infantry fights, but still a fair number of Tomb Guard left. So the Bretonnians have a lot to deal with. And the Ushabti with Great Bow are trying to tear down the Fae slowly but surely. She can heal. And see here how she gets used by rear charging. Definitely a good way to use the Fae Enchantress here. And then again, anytime she engages in combat, it starts to pull hit points off these units, but not worth it if you're engaging halberds. So she definitely wants to get out of here. And she will. So the Bretonnians are probably going to try and regroup a little. One of their paladins is going to get cut down here in the back. There is still a lot of fight to be had here. The Fae is under fire, but she's going to heal her troops. And she's going to try and kind of rear charge these halberds. It'll definitely help start taking some hit points off of them, but you'll notice that she gets herself free anytime too many enemies get near, so this is pretty crafty play by the Bretonnian player in keeping the Fae alive, making use of her ability to take the life out of enemy troops, but at the same time keeping her alive so that she's not sacrificed too early.
Break them. Forward. For my master.
You can see Archon trying to rally his troops.
Attack.
Ushabti with Great Bow are avoiding the spearmen and the polearms, as they should be. And they're continuing to try and to fire into this blob, and it works. Some of the Bretonnian units shatter. The Fae is going to be forced to flee.
Winds gather.
And it forces some of these infantry units away from the Ushabti, though this Ushabti gets caught.
Them.
So a bit of a mistake there. Archon was using his Tomb Blade, which is healing his troops some, which at this point is pretty critical actually. Could be a clutch play. See both paladins still fighting here. And then Archon there as well. Over here, the Fae Enchantress is actually going to finish off an Ushabti with Great Bow. She's still got 900 hit points. Archon's got 2150. But at this point, there's quite a bit of Bretonnian infantry left. And this Ushabti continues to get caught by the spears. One of the paladins shattered, so he won't be coming back. Another is routed. But the Tomb Guard are starting to crumble and fall apart. They won't be around much longer. And the Bretonnian continues to rally infantry. I'm going to put it in fast forward to kind of show you what happens. The Fae continues to hide from Archon within her regrouped infantry. Very smart. You can see here she's just going to use the infantry as a shield to keep her away from Archon, while Archon tries to rout everything possible. The last few Ushabti with Great Bow are actually mopped up by the Fae. So now Archon is all alone. And it is going to be a very difficult battle for him to win. I'm going to fast forward to just kind of show you what he tries to do. Archon is continually using an ability to try and summon up more magic, but apparently the magic reserves are very low because he can't seem to do it. He brings some charges in, trying to get the Fae singled out, but every time she turns to fight him, even if she's not hitting him, he's losing hit points because of the ability that she has. You can see Archon very persistent here, actually very nearly routs all the Bretonnian units, and then Archon comes in for a final assault here because the timer is about to run out, and these players don't want to draw. They want some finality. You can see the Fae chasing Archon, wanting to finish this fight as well. And then Archon turns to fight, and we're going to get an epic showdown where this whole battle comes down to this moment. Will the Fae hold? Will she fall apart? Will Archon make it? Or will he succumb? So it should be a pretty epic finish. Archon drops. So a valiant defeat for the Tomb Kings, and valiant indeed. Could have kited to a draw potentially, but fighting it out. That was an epic finish. I really like that. That was actually submitted by Ninja Hun. He has a channel on Twitch. You all should go check it out. It's Ninja Hun on twitch.tv. Yeah, twitch.tv. So go check it out. He's got a good stream, teaches you a lot of multiplayer tactics. He's a great player and plays a lot of good battles. So go check it out if you want. He's even got an army guide. It's one that I've used before, and it really is helpful if you're a new player. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Apologize for my voice. Hopefully it'll finally be back to normal for tomorrow. HeirofCarthage signing out. I will see you all then.